Hey all, what's up? I've already saged the room, prayed over your cards, and saged the cards. This is what we came out with for a general reading. So we're starting out here with your Eight of Pentacles. And what this is saying, if you see what the person is doing on the card, it's doing all kinds of ideas and just working. So what Source is trying to say is, hey, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours in a day. So 8 times 3 is 24. So it's saying, hey, you have 8 hours to work. You have 8 hours to sleep. What are you doing with your other 8 hours of the day? Moving forward, you're sitting on your throne with the Queen of Wands. Look at that. And Source is like, what are you doing with the other 8 hours of your day? You need to make some quick action. You are standing on your throne. You're putting up your boundaries. You definitely got the Justice card next. And what that is saying is you might be going through, some kind of legal stuff. Right now, it's tax season. So people are stressed out about their taxes. Whether it is property taxes, personal taxes, business taxes. People have a lot of going on, money tied up. There's a lot of stress there. Because moving right along with your Eight of Wands next in the general reading, it's just talking a lot about, a lot of action. Stuff's coming in quick. Stuff's hitting the fan all at one time, right? Boom, 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 boom. It's the end of the year. You're like, shit, gotta get stuff done. Because with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Swords, you're sitting on your throne. And you're like, you know what? Let's talk throne to throne. If you can't talk to me, without uplifting other people, count me out of the conversation. We're supposed to be uplifting people and showing them love. You got to make that structure within yourself too, with that Eight of Pentacles coming out first in the deck. It's like, hey, if you're not going to talk to me good about people and we're not uplifting them, you have to find the light, You have to find the light. And if you're adjusting somebody else's crown and helping them all the time with all these falling out here, and you're saying, hey, do you want my 2 cents? If you want my 2 cents, I'll give it to you, but I'm not going to hold space for your problems and your bullshit. You're going to hold your own space, and you're going to hold your own problems. Because right here with the Magician card, you're creating. And you're like, hey, I only got 24 hours a day, and 8 of it I'm sleeping, 8 of it I'm working, and the other 8 hours I'm creating. What the hell are you doing with it, right? So I think we're talking a lot over here about stress. We got taxes going on, we got work. With your Five of Wands, it's going back to what I'm saying, where you're like, okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you build those walls. I'm going to help you create stuff. But it's like, with the Five of Wands, you got to help yourself too, right? Can't be holding all that space for other people. They need to hold it for themselves. So, that may be the challenges and obstacles that you're going through. You have to hear all this bullshit from others where they're like, oh, here are my problems. Okay, that's cool, but if I give you my 2 cents, are you going to take it? If you don't take it, then this is the last time I'm giving it to you. Don't ask me for my 2 cents again, right? So here it comes up with that Judgment card. I was talking about people might be going through legal. Maybe your friends or family or yourself. Also a possibility, like I said, it was tax season too, so there's a lot going on with that. And, everybody is just kind of like, hey, I was the fool for far too long, but now I'm wise. I have a lot of wisdom, and I'm very wise, and I'm done with this Fool card. This tells me that you're done dealing with the circus. You're just like, I'm done dealing with that circus behavior, that circus mentality. You don't want to deal with it no more. You're like, hey, if I'm adjusting your crown, let's work together and let's make things happen. They're taking advantage of you when they ask for the help, and then they're not on the receiving end of it, right? So you're falling in line with that Queen of Pentacles. You got a lot of queens out here. So that's telling me you're staying on your throne. You have boundaries. You're adjusting crowns. You're trying to help people. But it's like, hey, if you can't help yourself, I'm not going to help you. So, there's a lot going on with that. You gotta take your wins and your losses, and you gotta say, hey, is this worth helping people? You're a very reliable and resourceful person, and you're giving out that knowledge, but enough is enough. When you come to a certain point in your life, you're just like, okay, I don't want to keep dealing with this circus ass behavior. And like I said in my other readings, like, oh, I'm done dealing with you pages and you knights and kings. I want an emperor, and I'm a high priestess, right? So, I mean, you got to take your wins and your losses and move on with it. It looks to me here with this Three of Cups, you're having a lot of gratitude. You're celebrating, and you're just really being diplomatic. You're staying on your throne, and you're just putting up boundaries, and now you're very thankful for everything that you've done, and you're thankful to the universe that you're just not dealing with that circus behavior anymore. And you're really not knocking people off their thrones. You're talking to them from throne to throne here with this Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. You're like, hey, I'm not here to knock people off their throne. I'm here to keep them on. I'm here to adjust their little thing on their head there to make sure it stays on. But if you don't want to help yourself, that's on you. So you had a very good reading here. But I will tell you, take advantage of those 24 hours in a day that you have. Because, you know, it's like that old saying we've heard 100 times. You have the same 24 hours in a day that everybody else does. So you're like, hey, I'm working 8, I'm sleeping 8, and the other 8, you before, in the past, were taking on everybody else's problems and holding space for them, right? And now you're just like, I'm done with that shit show of that circus behavior. You know, it just boggles me. It really does. I'm going to give you guys a little personal tip. Pay your bills. Be responsible. You know, don't have that mentality where you're like, oh, I'm going to live here for free. I'm not going to pay my bills. Other people are responsible for them. Oh, no, honey. That's not how it works. People will kick your ass out. The state will come for you. You cannot just not pay your bills and live for free. So grow up. Take care of your life. You can only count on yourself. And make sure in that other 8 hours that you're not sleeping or working, that you're creating. Because in this day and age, you got to have 2 or 3 side hustles or one big ass job that really pays you a lot of money. Side note, message,